Welcome back. Well, sometimes you just got to be creative. You can see out here in the yard, Ryan went through and ran across it with the grain drill because we had to seed it down. The grass is getting kind of thin, and seems how we are farmers, not so much gardeners. And he went through and seeded it. The problem is I need a way to smooth the yard out, and I have a harrow at home, but it's just a single section harrow, and it's really not gonna do what I need it to do. And that harrow right there is a little too much just for this little patch of grass, because this right here where you see us talk all the time is what needs to be smoothed off. Now, we really weren't planning on doing this, but I literally just loaded up the grain drill with grass seed, and Ryan just, as he was pulling out of the shed, it's just like, hey, go hit this yard real quick. It'll, you know, Mom's kind of been after us to do it. But what I had to do is I had to come up with something to smooth it off. And this is what I came up with. This is just an old dog panel. It's kind of shot anyway, and I put those pieces of wood on it, those 6x6s with wire, and then I ran a staple on them to kind of keep them on the gate or the panel. And I'm gonna run this across the yard. I'm not sure how it'll fare up. I mean, these things aren't exactly built the heaviest, but I only need it for like a 5-minute job. And it saves me the trouble of having to go buy one of those heavy-duty yard harrows that you can buy at like Farm and Fleet, which I do have to go buy because we have a couple uses for it, but I don't have one right now. It's late. I need to be going because I have like 4 or 5 other things I'm trying to get done in the next 24 hours. And I just wanted to get this smoothed off and looking a lot nicer than what it is. I mean, it didn't do too bad of a job, but like I said, sometimes you just gotta think outside the box. So I'm gonna go ahead, smooth this off, and get on with my night because it is 6 o'clock, 6:30. It's just after 6, and it's easily gonna be after dark before I get done with. I have at least one more job to do tonight. So. All right, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. Well, my little homemade harrow seems to work out really well. I was really happy with it by the time I was done. This only took like 15 minutes to do, and I did speed the video up for you guys because you can only watch me drive in circles so many times before it gets kind of dull. But that's why I'm here to talk you through this. No, this part of the yard, this is like the worst part of all of our yard at the main farm. It gets a lot of traffic. At least it did before last year. Last year, as for those of you that have been around, those that are new to the channel, we got that Mighty M pressure washer, and ever since we got that with the 30-foot hose on it, we've been using the milk house because the milk house has the water heater down there, or hot water, and when it comes to washing some equipment off, hot water with that pressure washer does a really awesome job of cleaning the equipment up. The Gator and the 4-wheelers and the Bobcat especially. The tractors, I'm not going to lie, they really kind of frown upon it when you hit the engines too much with a high, well, I really didn't have it on the high setting. I tuned it down, but I was using the hot water, clean off any of that oil from changing the oil filters, and got the tractors looking a little bit better. But this yard, you can see where we were going around the machine shed directly in front of the camera. We were using the water hydrant with our other pressure washer, and cold water really doesn't do that great a job. It's just well, plus with the pressure wash we had, it was a high pressure garden hose at that point, but it got us through. But between going around the machine shed and it killed all the grass off, you can see it was kind of hard on it, but that's what we're trying to do right now. That was the whole point of seeding this down. We did seed it kind of heavy. Ryan hit this whole section of yard at least twice. It almost looked like to me like he hit it 3 times in some spots. but you do see that we kind of cut up the yard. But I do have a yard roller. Plus, you figure some rain. That'll. I think those will pretty well be cleared up anyway. I mean, I really don't notice them. I didn't notice them too much by the time I got done. But anything really just to kind of get some green grass back growing by the garage and everything. The only thing I can say about my little MacGyver setup, Harrow, is when I get done, you can see I'm going across the gravel. Well, it's kind of too far away to see too well, but yeah, it really didn't appreciate being drug across the rock. I looked back, and the whole thing was about a foot off the ground. You know, it seemed like it was catching every little rock it could. But I don't know, for what I had to work with and what I immediately had available, it made me that much later getting done with what I was working on the night. It was 9:30 before I got in the house, and that was it wasn't too bad. Late nights tend to happen. I think every farmer's going to say that. Late nights generally do happen, planting and harvest. Myself, I don't mind it. It helps that growing up, I only wanted to be a farmer. So as far as working the long hour days, I'm not complaining. If I ever sounded like I was complaining, having to work 16, 20-hour days. When you grow up wanting to be a farmer and that's what you want to do and being able to live it, I have no problem doing the long hour days, because in the end it is affecting what I'm making at the end of the year. How hard you work. When it comes to farming, how hard you work throughout the year is going to determine how much you make, how much is in your bank account at the end of the year. Sometimes it's not always true, but it is what it is. Yeah, see, I love what we're doing. So that's about the most of it, guys. Like I said, I sped that up by 2, but look forward to some more tillage videos coming up tomorrow, if I can get it uploaded, plus chiseling, and potentially I got something else that might be coming too if I can get it done in the next couple days. So until then, like I said, take care, take it easy, keep in touch.